Madonna's first surgery was likely, so this has resulted in what's now an alien-like appearance.
This TikTok from Madonna, posted in April 2022 when Madonna was 63, had many of her fans feeling worried and uncomfortable about Madonna's facial appearance. This isn't quite the way we expect someone who looked like this in their early 20s to look at 63. We might expect the person to look something more like this. Then again, many of us are already well aware of Madonna's extensive recourse to cosmetic surgery. While Madonna has apparently never denied getting cosmetic surgery, she's never openly spoken about it either.
That's when she spoke with English media outlet The Mirror and told them, "I am certainly not against plastic surgery. However, I am absolutely against having to discuss it."
According to some, it's taken no fewer than 3 facelifts, each of which I believe have included neck lifting, to spare Madonna from the facial sagging that we usually see in people over 50, exactly as depicted in this photoshopped image of Madonna's face where her surgery is reversed. This is how Madonna looked after the first of those 3 facelifts, which people say was done in 1995, Madonna having been born in 1958. At this point, I personally see a resemblance between Madonna and Faye Dunaway. It's in their eyes and the rest of their upper face, to me anyway. This is how Madonna looked after the second of her facelifts, which we think she had in 2005. And the way Madonna looks in the TikTok from April 2022 that I referenced earlier is the way she looks after facelift number 3, along with other procedures, which we think she had in 2020 when she was either 61 or 62. I believe Madonna has had more than one upper eyelid lift. As to exactly how many I think she's had, when in her 20s Madonna wore her eyebrows thick, it was hard to tell that she actually had rather spacious and attractive upper eyelids with a distinct fold to them. The boniness that we see to those folds from some point onwards in the 90s, which we didn't see before, I believe is evidence of upper blepharoplasty, upper eyelid lift number 1. And of course, another key act from Madonna during the 90s was to resemble Gwen Stefani. I don't know how long an upper blepharoplasty is meant to last, and I don't know at what point after Madonna's upper eyelids sank back down she chose to have them relifted for the first time. But the reason I believe Madonna has had 3 upper blepharoplasties as a minimum is because A, the skin of the upper eyelids, I believe, is amongst the thinnest skin of the body, making it particularly susceptible to sagging. And B, according to my calculations, as at the time of this video, summer 2022, Madonna has had to maintain the lift to her upper eyelids for all of 3 decades. The absence of bags and creases to Madonna's lower eyelids, I personally attribute to at least 2 lower eyelid lifts. On account of Madonna's age, I personally don't think that her virtually wrinkle-free under eye area is down to non-surgical interventions solely. For instance, Botox, fillers, laser, chemical peels. In case you don't know, I'm Gina. In this video, I'm 46 and my own cosmetic surgery journey is ongoing. If you're enjoying this video, which is a presentation of my views, not of concrete facts, then do give the video a like and do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. A forehead lift or brow lift eliminates creases in the forehead and raises the eyebrows to a higher position, which also enlarges the upper eyelids. I'm not quite sure why Madonna needed that procedure in her early 30s.
According to the MCAN Health Network's team of surgeons, Madonna's first surgery was likely a brow lift that happened sometime in her early 30s.
Keeping the forehead free of creases and keeping the eyebrows raised for 3 decades and counting, again, in my ignorant opinion, can't be due to just Botox, fillers, laser or mesotherapy and other non-surgical treatments. And also, further brow lifts may explain the difference between the size of Madonna's forehead now and the size that it used to be. I think Madonna has had as many brow lifts as facelifts and upper eyelid lifts. The way Madonna's face looks today, 2022, has been described by some as alien-like, literally top-heavy, a bloated-looking upper face and a lower face that's tapered almost to a point. The significant enlargement to her cheeks, which she seems to have acquired in 2015, has attracted heavy criticism from some.
And that her excessive use of the technique made it impossible for the look to dissolve. So this, on top of her earlier facelift procedures, has resulted in what's now an alien-like appearance with an overfilled upper face and a narrow lower face. It's unnatural, squarish, and mannish.
If Madonna started getting lip filler before 2020, then to me it's just so subtle and so natural looking that I actually can't detect it. Even with lip filler, which I think she started getting in 2020 then, her lower lip still has its characteristic indentation in the middle. She's always had triangular lips, which for me is the ideal shape for a woman's lips, but with lip filler her lips are now a lot more triangular. Speaking of fillers, I think that alongside Madonna's facelifts, which have included, I think, neck lifting, her brow lifts and her upper eyelid lifts, she's been using fillers and Botox and other non-surgical treatments like the ones that I mentioned earlier in this video to keep her skin so fantastically young. When Madonna got either a BBL, Brazilian butt lift, or butt implant, which was in 2019, I don't know if she intentionally set out to rival Kim Kardashian. I think that Madonna's new chest, which we met at the 2021 MTV Music Awards, is actually Madonna's second boob job. I always remember her from the 80s with just average sized breasts, but I then remember her suddenly having much bigger breasts in the 90s, especially since she made tabloid headlines with them. But she may then have had her boob job reduced or just had her implants removed before she had the new boob job that we saw in 2021 at the MTV Music Awards. And yes, I believe that the cleavage that she showed off on that occasion comes from silicone breast implants, not from a push-up bra, or not just from a push-up bra. Madonna's nose job, which was done in the 80s, served to straighten her bridge and to shorten her tip a little bit. I think her nose would have been further enhanced if the tip of her nose had been rotated slightly upwards, if her nostrils had been made a bit smaller, and if her whole nose had been made a bit narrower. But of course, Madonna's own preferences are what count to her. Rather than having a complete smile makeover like many celebrities do, Madonna's veneers or crowns have served mainly to narrow the famous gap between her central incisors. 3 facelifts, including neck lifting, 3 brow lifts, 3 upper blepharoplasties, upper eyelid lifts, 2 lower eyelid lifts, any one or more of the following: cheek implants, cheek filler, fat transfer to the cheeks, a nose job, lip filler, and also fillers and Botox and other non-surgical treatments to her face, whether crowns or veneers to improve the look of her teeth, 2 boob jobs, and either a Brazilian butt lift or butt implants. In this video, I show you what cosmetic surgery procedures I think J-Lo may have had. I'll meet you there.